There we go.
Hello.
We are live.
Live. Just before we go live properly, I just want to make an announcement, just a public announcement. The man in the corner is Ash Borland.
You're such an
Ash
idiot.
Borland, who is my coach / co-host, who doesn't just sit in the corner and blend away. So if anyone wants any help with marketing in the mortgage and protection industry, holler at Ash.
You're a pain. You're an absolute. She's trying to be funny.
Wave. Just do a wave.
Can I just be? I'll be the big screen. There you go for 1 second, and then you can. That's me.
Oh my God! It's Ash.
You're awful. You are. You just made me die, and I've gone red. So I'm going to go back into my little corner and do my hand movements.
You're back in your corner.
You're awful. You're awful. Okay, what are we talking about today?
Today we're talking about BS sales, bullshit sales.
Oh, just to clarify.
So much bullshit sales in the last week, and it's mental. I just don't get it. And I just want to, for anyone who does it, I want them to hear it and be ashamed. And anyone who doesn't, make sure that you might be able to use some of the things I do and explain to clients to help you get over that, because it's insanity. It really is. I don't understand how they're getting away with it. But yeah, I just wanted to, when something annoys you, I think you should share it, because other people are probably going through similar thing.
Absolutely. I think you should share it. So what's happened? Tell me some stuff that's happened.
So the first one was
just blown out a scented candle. No, I'm giant.
Yeah. The first one was mortgage advisor telling a client that they had to have their income protection and their mortgage protection in place for their mortgage to go through.
Okay.
So basically, you have to have the life and critical illness around your mortgage, because if you die or get cancer, the bank need to know it's going to get paid back. And you also need to have income protection, because if you're out of work, you have to be able to pay it back. Now, all of that is very, very good advice when it's placed in the right way. So yes, if you are buying a house, should you have your income protected? So if you are sick, that you can still pay your mortgage? Yeah. You would, yeah, that is very good advice. Should you have your mortgage covered for life and critical illness? So if you get cancer, your mortgage is paid off. If you die, the mortgage is paid off. Yes. Why you have to lie and say that they have to have that to go through their mortgage is absolutely beyond me. And like Meg, bless her. Meg, are you listening? Yeah. You're there, right? So Meg, just come here, Meg. Just come in.
Just come on over, Meg.
Come on over. Come on over.
I was going through that. Over, baby.
I know, about health and safety in the office.
She tripped over the trampoline.
No, not the trampoline, the wires. The wires. So this is Mortgage Meg.
Hello. I know, because I spent an hour with Meg.
So Mortgage Meg, thank God, has been just put into fresh in the industry with me and knows that there's no lies. But what did you say the other day when I was telling you, and you were like, you just said about when you said how to sleep at night?
Yeah, it's just like madness how they can just basically lie to like clients and force them to get insurance out with a mortgage, saying it won't go through. Like,
I've had people say it won't go through, like literally.
Yeah. So
oh my gosh!
I said I have to take out, or my mortgage won't go through. Like saying it's like mandatory to have it, basically.
Like there's no option. So like Meg's going, how do they sleep at night? And like, I don't know how they sleep at night. I don't.
Oh my God.
I don't understand it. Like obviously it's already done, and especially first time buyers. So when they're getting told you need to have it, they're just going to believe it, and they just want to.
How do you deal with that though?
Yeah,
because it's horrible, and it's like you know what I'm like I get mad, and I'm like, no.
Well, you don't get mad. You never get mad.
But like Meg's more like chill vibe than me, and I'm more of a stress head. Yeah. So like when I'm on the phone with the client, it was the other day, I was like, no, I'm sorry, that's a lie. Tell whoever you know that is a lie. I said, the person who's done your mortgage, never use him again, because he's a liar. I said, and if that's what he's telling you, he's a bad advisor, and he doesn't have your best interests at heart. And they're like, really? But now they've got the house, so they're not scared anymore. What the problem is like Meg said, when it's first time buyers, they literally bend over for the mortgage brokers. Like they think that they're like, yesterday, I won't tell you, but it's coming anyway. But anyway, people just ruin something. But people have more respect and more you have more authority as a mortgage broker.
What, than an insurance?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so the mortgage broker's saying you need to have that. If I then say, no, you don't, they're lying. They go, oh, well, no, my mortgage broker said I won't get my house. And I'm like, your mortgage broker's not the king. The mortgage broker is not the king.
The mortgage broker's lying.
The mortgage broker's a liar and a crook. And they're like, but they said I won't get my mortgage. And I'm just like, I don't stop, please. But it's because they're so scared of losing that house. And the whole thing's so daunting.
Took out or...
Everything's just like, they sort of just trust in what they say because they don't understand it. And it's sad. It's a pure abuse of power. It's a pure abuse of the fact that they're naive. And you feel a bit bad because sometimes, like when I do get passionate about it, I'm like, I'm not saying you're daft and I'm not saying you don't everyone's in the same boat. But the problem is, if you've got a BS advisor who's going to lie to you, unless someone's going to tell you the truth, you just take that. And I go on about it all the time. But in terms of from Meg's point of view and from mortgages, like, I don't understand how they're getting away with doing it. It's petrifying.
When people want a house, they just want it to go through. So they'll do whatever you say, basically, to try and get it through the process. So if someone's telling them you need this for it to go through, they're just going to do it.
What about that one?
Do.
What about yesterday about the tell them about that one, the agent one. That one really wound me up. That one, where he said you can't use another mortgage broker.
Yeah, so obviously some estate agents or house associations say your offer won't go through unless you use our in-house mortgage broker.
Which you're not allowed to do. That's illegal.
That is illegal. So, but it does happen a lot as well.
Happens all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. And what a first time buyer's going to do? I'm screaming at that client the other day. Send me the name and their address, and I'm going to report them.
Yeah.
Carl, and I was like, no, it's not right. I'm sick. But
they don't want to piss them off, do they? That's the thing. They're so worried about whether they're going to lose the house.
How bad is that? Bless you.
Terrible. I'll mute myself before I sneezed.
But yeah, it's first time buyers don't know, and you just think how many people are getting totally took the piss out of. That's what it is. Someone's literally, and it's all right when you've got good people like Meg's going out to sleep at night. I wouldn't dream of doing that, and neither would she, but plenty do. And it's like anyone, I know lots of people who watch this will probably be in the industry, but it's the more we need to speak about it more as advisors so that clients know it. Because when I say it's just like a few people saying, no, that's not true. Why, from a client's point of view, who are you trusting? This woman who's trying to sell you insurance, or the person who's getting you your dream home? They're not going to piss off this person. And I'm going, I'll say, no, you don't need this. You don't need it. So if you want it because you think for your mortgage, don't get it because you're not getting it for the right reasons. And they're like, well, my mortgage broker said I have to. I'm like, your mortgage broker's lying. And they're just, we all need to speak about it more so more people are aware about it.
Yeah, because that's true. The problem you have, as you say, if you're Meg, you can go now, Meg. Well done.
She's going, my knees are killing.
It's true because if you think about it, at that point, I remember when I worked at a place, and it would be very much some of the stuff that was trained was you want to, and I wouldn't do this. I know you've had a similar experience yourself. It's try and give them as much as they possibly can get. So it's give them the buildings insurance, get them to this, and all of this stuff. They should have it. They don't need to have it, but also they don't have to have it from you. Yeah. And if they've got somebody, and I worked in an estate agency based mortgage firm for a number of years, and that was the same type of thing. You'd be like, well, if you want the property, you've got to come and be pre-qualified by us, and then if and then the insurance would be pulled apart, and then a lot of times, awful as it sounds, you're selling them something that's loaded premiums. They're actually getting a worse deal working. Not all mortgage advisors. I work with mortgage advisors all the time, and as I know you're saying, you literally brought your mortgage advisor in to show you're not, because I think sometimes people think you're slamming mortgage advisors.
No,
I actually had this, and you're not. And I actually had this debate with somebody, a friend of mine who mentioned you, who lives near me, and I said, that's not the case, at all. What you're slamming is bad mortgage advisors who are doing the bad job.
Bad protection advisors. So
Yeah.
another thing I had this. Your speaker's crackling, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah, every time you speak, it's like.
Is it all right now? Or is it gone still bad?
No, it's all right now. So
It's just too high. My voice is just too bellowing and loud.
you're just trying to be seen, aren't you?
That's it. I just need to be seen more. Yeah. Like, hello.
Piss it off, put it back. Like I talk all the time about bad protection advisors and bad advice. Like, it's not the fact that I'm like, oh, I'm great and everyone else is bad. It's just the more people who out the bad side of things, the better it's going to be for clients to actually be able to make informed decisions, right? So if we all continue to tell people that you do not have to take it from mortgage broker, you have options, that doesn't mean it's going to take business away from you. It's going to mean that your clients are going to trust you. Like, I don't need to slam people to get business. What I need to do is make the public aware that insurance, it's so like undereducated that if we don't, they're just literally taking what they're being told. And if that is from a bad advisor, whether that's insurance, financial advisor, mortgage advisor, at the end of the day, it's still bad advice. And it's our responsibility to sort of make them aware that that's not right. Like I had it the other day where I did a TikTok and I got loads of like messages about it, and one of the things was about global treatment. And I say all the time, like, people put comments like, you're just trying to sell us something. Well, yeah, I am. Yeah,
of course.
Like, that's the point. I'm not a charity. Yeah, I'm trying to sell you something, but I'm also not putting a gun to your head, love, and telling you have to get it through me. I'm telling you it's available. So go back
just
to
swipe away if you don't want to buy it. Like, I love it when people say that. Yeah.
Or go, and I'll openly say, you don't have to get it through me. You can go to an advisor for global treatment. So I got an email saying, hiya, like, I've seen your video and we use an advisor. So I went back to the advisor and said, I've seen this global treatment. I would like it added on my policy. And they emailed it back and said, the global treatment you can get is not, like, basically saying what I'd said, that you and your child get up to £2 million. They said that's not right, that the child would only get £25,000 and the adults would get 2 million. And I'm like, no, that's absolutely incorrect. It's completely wrong. So again, because that advisor clearly doesn't understand the product, hasn't done the research, hasn't made sure they understand what they're telling the client, they're just sending it back saying no, probably because they don't want to do a review, because they don't want the clawback, whatever the reason might be. Instead of being honest with them, or knowing what they're saying is right, they're just telling them bullshit. And I'm just like, what are you doing here? Like, it's such a positive message to try and create, and all you're doing is saying, no, that's wrong. No, it's not wrong. No, it's not wrong. You're wrong. But what I'm getting at is, why should they trust me over them? And that's the problem, because not everyone's talking about it. It's like, I'm the person who's saying it, and they're like, really?
Well, it's a similar thing. It's a similar thing. You see it with mortgage advisors, protection advisors. They're all like slamming Martin Lewis. And the problem is, you want to say, that's great, but people trust Martin Lewis because he talks about it. So if you really want to, stop him from saying these things, you need to talk about it more. You need to actually, because as you've said, then if people don't talk about it, they just assume, oh, that's annoying, that's bad, and then they just wait for someone, but I won't talk about that, or I won't say. And a lot of the times, most advisors won't talk about it because they're worried that other advisors might get offended. That's what I find.
And the thing is, at the end of the day, this job and what we do is predominantly aimed at the client. It's at the customer, right? If people in the industry don't like what you're doing, they're not your clients anyway.
Yes,
they're not 100%. Your clients, right? So unless you're wanting to go down the route of, you want to coach advisors, or you want to, I don't know, teach advisors, whatever it might be, then you don't want to piss off people in the industry.
Is that my job? I don't want to upset people because
and
it doesn't matter on this show because no one knows I'm here, so like no one's even, I'm just an invisible little thing in the corner, so no one actually realizes. So you could offend everybody and hear this, and then it still would.
No, like, obviously I would much prefer everyone to like me and agree and get but the thing is, it's not for other advisors. Don't worry about like upsetting other people, because at the end of the day, if what you believe, like, what you might not agree with what I'm saying, then that's fine, but then speak about it. Show why. Talk. Give your audience your version of what's right, because otherwise they're only going to listen to the people who are telling them. And like, from my end, when I get people who are getting told that they need insurance for the mortgage to go through, or you know, global treatment only covers this, or you have to have income protection, otherwise you lose the house. I'm not going to sit and not tell them that that's not right. And I need to try and encourage other people to do that so that the message can get across. Like, we'll allow, what's that saying? About like the more people, what is it? The more voices, the more we're heard, or something.
I don't know.
What is it?
I'm enjoying you just kind of sinking.
I'm glad to Google it. It's going to annoy me. The
You know,
one where
the more voices, the more you're heard.
like the more you piss off. It's going to annoy me. This the Meg. What is it? Do you know what I'm on about? The louder the voices saying.
I think is it?
No.
No, I can't get it. I've found it's got some very.
It's going to go into my head. I know it is as soon as.
I mean, these are some.
We are better together. Saying.
I'm getting some crazy like. Only takes one voice at the right pitch to start an avalanche.
Each is great, but they're better together. We'll go with that. But that wasn't
Speak your mind, even if your voice shakes.
It's that one like heard in volume. Like someone on their own's not as heard as someone with a lot of people.
No, I know what you mean. I get where you're coming from. We're going to do that. Someone on their own is not as heard as someone who's with other people speaking volumes. Dash Carla Edwards.
Yeah,
that's what we're gonna. That's
that's the part and line for this week, right?
That's it. Wicked. All right. Well, we end there then. Right.
That is going to annoy the life out of me.
Good though. It's very true, and it is true though. Like, what you're saying, people do need to talk about it more because there's so many. Together. That was a very easy quote. We are stronger together. Advisors unite.
As individuals, we are strong. Together, we are unstoppable.
There you go.
Is it still going?
Yeah, we're still going.
Oh, that's it.
That's it. There we go. We did it. All right.
Bye.
Bye.